Hey everyone, and welcome to today's lesson about translations. This is the first in 3 lessons about transformations and rigid motions. So let's get started. A translation, and I often like to refer as a translation as a slide, because I'm taking a figure and I'm just sliding it across the coordinate plane. Okay? A translation is a transformation that maps all points of a figure to the same distance in the same direction. Okay, so each point is moved the same distance and in the exact same direction, resulting in a slide of that figure. Okay, if we look at this translation that was done up above here, we can use some notation and say that we're going to do a translation, and that's big T for translation, and we are translating triangle A, B, C. Okay, the resulting figure is going to be triangle, and we use these tick marks to show that it's the new point, and we call them prime. So if I translate triangle ABC, I end up with triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. All right, since this is a rigid motion, the side lengths and the angle measures are preserved, and this figure has just been slid in a particular direction. Okay, like I said, translation is a rigid motion and preserves angle measure and distance. So we're going to complete the following statement about the figure above. So remember, if I just have 2 points right next to each other, that refers to the distance between them. So the distance from A to A prime has to be the same as the distance from B to B prime and the distance from C to C prime. Okay, remember that each point was moved the exact same distance. If that holds true, then the distance from A to B must be the same as the distance from A prime to B prime. B to C is the same distance as B prime to C prime, and so on here. Okay, it also means that angle A is the same as angle A prime, that angle B is the same as angle B prime, and angle C is the same as angle C prime. So the point in showing you all this is that this original figure, triangle ABC, is exactly the same as triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. It's just been slid a certain distance and in a certain direction. All right. Again, with the translation notation here, I've got my original figure A, B, C, D, and I know it's the original because it doesn't have any tick marks, there's no primes. Then my new figure down here is A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. So in this translation, the figure has been moved 4 units to the right and 2 units down. Okay, so each ordered pair of ABCD is mapped to A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. The following translation is used to describe this translation. So using my notation, I'm going to move right down here just so I have some more room. It's a translation, capital T, and in the subscript is where I talk about the size. So I'm going to use these pointed brackets and the size of this translation to show that I'm moving 4 units to the right. Okay, that's 4. And then 2 units down. Because I'm moving down, I'm moving in a negative direction. Okay, so I end up with this ordered pair that tells me how much I'm moving to the right and how much I'm moving down. Now, I have to talk about what figure I'm moving. A, B, C, D is the figure that I'm moving. After I translate this figure, the resulting figure is A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. Okay, let's take a look at a translation in action here. So it says use the diagram below, perform the translation, and let's kind of break this down. So this T tells me I'm doing a translation. The subscript tells me in what direction I'm translating. So this tells me I'm moving 1 unit to the right and 4 units up. Okay, the first one tells me left or right, the second one tells me up or down. And then we're going to write the coordinates of the pre-image and the image. So let's start with A. The original coordinate is -1, 2. After I move it to the right 1 and up 4, I'm now left with the ordered pair over 0, up 6. Okay, moving on to B. All right, look at B here. I move it over 1 unit and then up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the original was 1, 1. B prime is now 2, 5. And our last one, C, the original is 0, -1. After I translate that point to the right 1 and up 4, I'm left with the ordered pair 1, 3. Okay, and we'll go ahead and label that for 1, up 3. This is A prime, this is B prime, this is C prime, and I can connect these. I'll do the best I can to make some straight lines here. Cool. All right, now it actually says we want to draw a segment from A to A prime. I'm going to get my handy dandy line tool out here. Okay, I'm going to draw a segment from A to A prime, B to B prime, and C to C prime. Okay, what relationship exists between those three segments? What do you notice about those three segments? One thing that you may notice that they are the same distance. They all have the same length. Okay. And since each point was moved in the exact same direction, all of these segments are now parallel. Okay, and that's important to point out that the resulting segments, when I connect the original point to the image, I get parallel segments. Pretty cool stuff. All right, we'll do a couple more. This time we just have to move the figure with the given translation. This tells me that I'm moving now to the left 1 and up 4. So I'm just going to take each one of these points and move it to the left 1 and up 4. I'll start with A, left 1, and then up 4. Label that A prime. For B, I'm moved to the left 1 and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's B prime. And then C gets moved to the left 1 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C prime. Okay? Connect with some straight lines, and boom, we have just translated that figure. You give it a try. Pause the video and try part B. All right, you should have taken this quadrilateral, and we are now translating it 3 units to the right and 3 units up. So for each one of these, we're going to go over 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. Over 3, 1, 2, 3, up 3, 1, 2, 3. Gets a little repetitive. Okay, but if you take the time, you end up with a nice new figure that has been slid the same distance in the same direction. There you go. Hopefully your new figure looks just like mine. All right, moving on here. This is a little bit different twist. I've got a dashed line figure and a solid line figure. Okay, we're going to write a rule to describe the translation. So the solid figure here, A, B, C, D, is the pre-image, and the dashed line figure, A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, that is our image. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to translate, and we've got to determine by how much figure A, B, C, D, and that's going to equal A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Okay? Now, since each point was moved in the exact same manner, we can look at how one point was moved. So let's look at the original point A, and I can see that point was moved 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. Okay? So that's -3. And it was also moved 1, 2, 3, 4 places down. So that figure was translated -3, -4. All right, you try. Pause the video and then do part B. All right, so you should have been translating, and we'll go ahead and fill in that in a moment. But this was figure UV, W, X, Y. Sorry, that's a little sloppy there. And that equals U prime, V prime, W prime, X prime, and Y prime. All right, now we got to figure out how much this was moved. W got moved 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 1, 2, 3 down. So it should be 4, -3. All right, last ones. I've just given you an ordered pair, okay, and then we're going to figure out what is the new ordered pair under this translation. So remember, the translation tells us how much to move to the right and then how much to move up or down. Okay, so we can basically just add these to our ordered pair. So for part A, it says, what is the image of the point P, which is 5, 0, under the translation 6, -1? Well, I'm going to add 6 to the X, right? So that gives me the new point 11, and I'm going to subtract 1 from the Y, so that gives me -1. All right, you try part B real quick, and then check your answer. Okay, when you look here, I should be adding 5 to the X value, so that gives me 2, and I should be adding 3 to the Y value, that gives me 7. There you have it, folks. That's a little bit about translations. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Your next step is to complete your packet work and then take the 8.1 Math Excel quiz. That's all for now.